I was reading earlier today about a warning from my next guest, Kerry Lynne Thomson, who is a cybersecurity expert and a professor at Nelson Mandela University, about an increase in AI scams. Kerry Lynne, good afternoon. What differentiates an AI scam from any one of the other scams to which we've got used over the years?
Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon to listeners as well. Well, there's always been scams. The social engineers, the threat actors, they've been around for many, many years. But AI gives them a whole set of new tools that they can use to take these scams, this online fraud to the next level, essentially. So in the past, our scammers, I'm sure we've all received phishing emails in the past where they ask you to click on a link or to send your banking details. The scammers in the past used to have to create these things themselves. Now, at scale, they can use AI tools such as ChatGPT that we can all use. It's available to everyone to refine and to create these brand new scams that can also create videos and voice cloning of people that are out there. So it's very much taking these scams that have been around for years, but really just, as one quote says, giving a bazooka to the cyber criminals where they used to have spitballs.
Give me an example of how more credible the scam attempt becomes with the addition of AI.
Well, to mention the phishing emails, the advice in the past was, those phishing emails, those are the ones that have got bad grammar, spelling mistakes. They're not, they're generic. They're not targeted towards you. With AI now, these emails and these calls that we're getting are exceptionally targeted towards us. These emails will be addressed to me using information about me. They will be perfectly written. And they will look very, very official. And it's becoming more and more difficult to figure out what is real and what is fake when we get these emails, or when we get a phone call seemingly from our bank.
Okay, maybe I haven't got, well, obviously I haven't got one yet, because everything that reaches me, and probably nine or 10, maybe a dozen, maybe even 15, reach me on a daily basis, and they are all very obviously not genuine.
Yes, so those old scams are not going away. So they're still out there. Those scams are still quite effective, even though if you're aware they might seem obvious. They still have quite a good hit rate. They send out millions of those, and they do get quite a good hit rate. So those are not going to disappear, but I think we have to be careful that they don't lull us into a sense of, I can spot those. I know that those are fake, and yet the more sophisticated scams are coming along that may just catch us, or have a greater chance of catching us because they look so genuine.
Yeah, the non-genuine, this runs the risk of me sounding intellectually superior, which is certainly not a claim that I'm making, but the old-fashioned ones seem so ridiculously unlikely, illogical, non-possible, that it's quite surprising, Kerry Lynne, to hear you say that the volume that is sent out is getting a percentage volume of suckers that bite.
Absolutely, and I would hesitate to call people suckers in that sense. I don't think any of us can say that, that's never going to happen to me. When we see something in hindsight, I think it's easy to point out to say, how did they fall for that? But what's common sense for us, or what we're aware of, doesn't necessarily mean that everyone online or everyone getting those emails is aware that this could be a scam or could be an attack. So often it's not an intellectual side. It's just we're aware of it, so we're more able to spot these kind of things.
Which kinds of ones are the most successful? And I get people telling me that they want to do business with me, and I get people telling me that I've been left money, and I get people telling me that they've identified me as being a potential partner in a wonderful investment opportunity, and all of those. Is there an indication which one of those sort of subgenres of the phishing approach are more successful in getting people to bite?
You mean in terms of a particular scenario?
Yeah.
There's not research, as far as I'm aware, that says a particular type of scenario is more successful. However, in South Africa, investment schemes and investment scams seem to be where we are targeted most. So we are very much a hotspot globally, and this is data from Interpol saying that we're in the top 3 African countries who are targeted for those too good to be true investment scams that come along, where you invest a certain amount of money and your return on investment is 20, 30%, very much too good to be true. But given the profile of people that do click on these links or do, invest this kind of money, everyone's hoping for that, that gamble to pay off, I guess, and to get that get rich quick scheme to be successful. So very much in South Africa, we are targeted with a lot of investment type scams where they say, give us some money and we're going to give you fantastic returns on your investment.
A listener, Kerry Lynne, has just written me to say, I used to be on Tinder back in my single days. To sift through the scammers, I used to request a video call to make sure that I'm speaking to the person in the Tinder profile. Is AI able to make a video call look real?
Yes. The simple answer is yes. Romance scams have been around, again, for many, many years. And often it's using a fake photograph on Tinder or on an email they might contact you. And very much now with deep fakes, which is essentially they just need video of the particular person they're trying to impersonate. It could be a voice clone as well. They just need a few voice clips from someone. And the AI software is able to replicate that person, their nuances, and create these deep fake videos that you will be able to have this conversation with the fake person on the other side, which is that's the way things are moving. We will, like I said, what's real, what's fake, you'll absolutely be able to, it'll go to the next level on these Tinder profiles, where it's no longer just a photo and someone pretending. It'll be a photo with someone pretending, but they can back it up with a video call or a voice call as well.
When something looks vaguely credible to me and I wonder if this is a scam, I can't immediately dismiss it. One of the things I do is click on the email address, and to the best of my knowledge, the scammers can't send an email from sars.gov.za. So it's always some sort of variation of the actual email address, which they hope you will just give a quick look at and say, oh, it is from SARS, and open it and click on the link. And with these more sophisticated AI scams, are there any, they would be fewer and more difficult to find maybe, but any clues that what you're looking at is not real?
With AI, it's becoming those red flags that we used to be able to use in the past are becoming less reliable to look at. Email addresses, genuine email addresses, can now be spoofed, where you look at the email address and it looks genuine. Then you have to look at, so what we need to start doing is looking at the content and critically analyzing, critically thinking about what are we engaging with when we're online. Are we, and this is where, a zero trust mindset is a really good way to approach things, because back in the day we could say, well, here's the top 5 things you need to look at for a phishing email to see if it's real or not. Now we're saying this phishing email, it's a phishing email, but it looks so genuine with all these tools they're able to use. So we need to verify trust. It's not about getting rid of trust, but we need to establish trust in replying to an email, into providing information, and say, particularly those emails where there's a too good to be true offer or something that induces panic or fear or anger. Very often these things want to trigger our emotions, good or bad, so that we react without thinking about it. So when we get these emails and we feel like we need to respond, and SARS says you owe all this money, for a lot of people that's going to be a trigger to, I need to respond to this, I need to do whatever I need to do to clear my debt or clear my name. And we need to just pause and say, okay, wait a minute, is this really from SARS? How can I verify this? Is there a number that I can phone? Who can I verify that this is something genuine before I invest my time in replying or engaging with whoever it is, maybe on the phone or via email.
Kerry Lynne Thomson, Professor at the Nelson Mandela Bay University and a cybersecurity expert, thank you for your time on the radio this afternoon.